93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy. See nothing higher on 82. Tonight, decreasing cloud cover with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with a high near 86. I'm meteorologist reflected for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it. This is Old School 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. No Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman. He is back tomorrow. I am Austin Norman, though, joined by DP. A happy MLB playoffs opening day to you, DP.
Festivus for the rest of us. It is Baseball Festivus Day.
Indeed it is.
There are certain days. Opening day is Elite Day 1. It's 1A. But beginning of the playoffs, 1B. 1B. Sadly, the All-Star game has conceded that. And then opening day of the World Series.
Yes.
In full.
Yes. So, I think those are certainly the top 4 days. Although, Game 162 this year delivered a lot of drama. Starting all the games at the same time, I think that was a fantastic move for baseball. So you can't just sit back and scoreboard watch. You got to go out there. You got to play your game. I really like that. Quick update for you all paying attention to the Major League Baseball playoffs. 1 game in the books. Detroit takes down Cleveland 2-1. And of course, this series for Detroit is being played on the road at Cleveland, who ends up beating them by a game for the division. Detroit struck first, an unearned run. An error led to Kerry Carpenter getting into scoring position. Spencer Torkelson singled him in the first inning. Guards ball. Small ball put the ball in play, make some contact, struck back in the 4th. And then some more small balls. They sacrifice bunt, push the winning run across for Detroit in the 7th. Guards threatened. Jose Ramirez hits one back up the middle, stopped by Javi Baez, but the throw was in the dirt, unable to be picked by the first baseman. Bounces off Jose Ramirez down the right field line. He motors to third base with nobody out. And then the contact play doesn't work for the Guards. They go down relatively feebly after that. 2-1, Detroit wins it. Tarek Skubal, career day for him. 7 2/3 innings pitched. Sets a career high in strikeouts in his 2025 playoff debut. 14 Ks for Skubal. Gavin Williams, pretty good for Cleveland as well. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits. Did allow both runs. Neither of them were earned. Both innings started with errors. 8 Ks for him. 28 combined strikeouts between the two teams, DP.
Yeah, make for great television. Good stuff. We expect game ones to be about all-star pitchers. In the cases where there was enough time to play, I don't think any of the aces went to Sunday.
Don't believe so.
Right? So you had enough opportunity to get your lineup, your rotation set. Hopefully you did. We expect that in the later games where the aces should show up in full. But here we are with Cubs and Pods about to get it in.
1-0 San Diego, bottom of the 4th right now.
Sorry for you, Cleveland. I felt, as Austin described it, I felt your pain. I felt your pain. Nope. Which franchise fan base deserves this more? Detroit or Cleveland?
I'm going to let you talk to the text line about that one because I don't want either one to be happy.
I led you into that because I knew that you were going to set the table that I don't care.
I've said this before, and it's worth repeating again. It feels to me like Detroit did things, quote unquote, the right way. I like to understand, and I can understand Detroit. They got bad, then they got good. They drafted well, some savvy free agent signings, hired a good manager in AJ Hinch that's piloted them there. But Cleveland, I can't understand. I don't get it. Good starting pitching, not elite. They lost their 2 best bullpen pieces due to investigation and gambling. Jose Ramirez is one of 2 above average hitters in the lineup. Stephen Kwan's been fine, but not elite. Cleveland baseball to me is the same as Wisconsin men's basketball. Mm-hmm. As soon as I think they're about to fall apart, they respond with their best season in 5 years. I don't understand it. And because I don't understand it, it makes me angry. It makes me upset. I am not rooting for either of these teams, but at least I can understand Detroit.
They're the fly at the picnic.
Yes.
You know they exist. You know it's going to happen. Even if they're not bothering you currently, at some point they're going to pop up and irritate you and kind of ruin the meal. And then you're just going to screw it. I'm just going to find a way to make this work without killing it and being hateful. I like both. I like the way they play.
Sure.
I like the way they're led. AJ Hinch is a man of the Woodlands, Texas.
Indeed.
So we share that.
Mm-hmm.
And having worked at camps with him, his ability to explain baseball at a non-chaotic level, right? That in chaotic moments, he is non-chaotic. And that he stays still. He lets things slow down. He has a decision, and it's well thought out and insightful, and then it's well communicated. Then it's just up when people identify that he's a player skipper for that very reason. He's going to give you all the tools, all the data, give you all the reps you need, and then he just needs for you to make the play. And then sometimes his guys do. When the Astros did, they did well. When the Tigers do, they do well. When they don't, AJ scratches his head a lot.
As do any managers across Major League Baseball, across minor league baseball, college baseball, high school baseball, and even youth baseball. So that is certainly a common thread there. Both these teams have a little bit of a debt to pay, you might say to your fans, and that's an important word for you to know. It's our next Cash Blitz keyword, DEBT, debt. Text it to 508-777-1000. That's debt, DEBT, for your chance to win $1,000. Winners will be notified tomorrow around noon. Brian T says Cleveland blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series. Maybe they're a little bit deserving. Flip side to that, unmasked texter, the country has to be rooting for Detroit because no one likes Cleveland. thanks to LaFlop. What's LeBron got to do with anything?
Wow, rent free. Man, stop letting LeBron live in your brain for free. Make that dude pay.
He's got money to pay.
Make that dude pay. Let somebody else occupy that space, man. That's a free room. Clear it out. Clear it out. Make some room for it. LeBron just walking around in people's brains. That's just that dude minding his business. And there y'all calling him out. You call him out one more time, he shows up like Beetlejuice, man. Be careful.
Brownie juice, brownie juice, brownie juice.
Just stop it. Just stop it. No, I don't. I was trying to look at it culturally, right? And that to say which fan base deserves it, and then you think sometimes it's like we said that the best baseball movie, maybe 8 Men Out, Bull Durham.
Mm-hmm.
So the White Sox are in the discussion for franchises that were so necessary. It was so necessary for them to win in fiction,
Mm-hmm.
like in a
Right.
movie. Like you had to write it up, right? Like, okay, y'all need to
Mhm.
win. Y'all need to win. The Cleveland Indians, we understood, right? So the Guardians, we understood that you needed to win. You needed Ricky Vaughn.
Mhm.
You needed Ricky Vaughn. And Detroit, you're relying on Billy Chappell. Billy Chappell, you need him to come in the playoffs and pitch a perfect game in order to feel good about yourself, because we can't really take Cobb because I don't think that was quite the celebration of Detroit Lions baseball that we thought. Not quite that thing. So yeah, my hope is that you get from round one matchups that look good in round two.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have 4 teams that are sitting on a bye. They're loading up. They're sitting around, eating popcorn and bonbons. But do you really care about 3 of them? Do you want those 3 of the 4? The Phillies, we understand. Now, the Phillies are still going to get stuck with the Dodgers, right? Like, bravo. Like, well done, universe. Well done. That you're going to go. You're not going to go easy because you're going to get, and then Shohei's going to pitch. And like, we're going to get all that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you care if the Milwaukee Brewers make it to the World Series?
Out of everyone on the NL, I'm pulling for Milwaukee the most.
Right? Not, Bernie's Brewers.
Right.
Like, that's how far back we're going. We're pulling back Robin Yount. Is that?
I guess.
Like you need a fielder in the lineup just to kind of make it work.
Oh, for sure.
Or are we
Oh,
calling
doubt.
out Ben Ogilvy and Ted Simmons?
What we're waiting for is the real question.
Are we bringing back Cecil Cooper? Do we need the Paul Molitor sighting? Do we have to bring Rick Sutcliffe back to the mound to get in the rotation? Do we need Lynn Barker back in? Do we need Baby Eck back in the starting lineup for the Cleveland franchise? And for Detroit, do you need Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker back up the middle? Can we bring back Bill Freeman?
How about it?
Like, let's go back and bring back Denny McClain. Cy Young Denny McClain at that. Let's bring back Jack Morris.
People forget.
We need the Jack Morris era to happen again. What are we doing? Is it who was the guy? Oh my God, they had back in the time, Willie Horton.
Ooh, okay.
Willie Horton,
okay.
who looked like every middle linebacker at a Power 5 school. Willie Horton looked like he could play nose tackle and
I see it.
middle linebacker
see
and
it.
center
Yeah.
for everybody in the NFL right now.
Willie the Wonder.
Oh, Willie was a dude. So
Born in
I want to say he was born in DC.
Arno, Virginia.
Yeah, come on, man. Come through, baby. Like we take our moments. I'm pretty sure he and Willie Lanier are cousins. Like I think in full. No, if you go back, I mean, we need the Kirk Gibson, and not the LA Dodgers limpy Kirk Gibson. I mean, baby Kirk, straight from Michigan State, run through the wall Kirk Gibson.
Indeed.
Like true mustache Kirk Gibson, not the styled mustache. We need that Kirk Gibson. You need that dude to show back up. Yeah, that's the world. Brian T. The world needs more Jack Morris. Baseball certainly did. And he screwed it up by going to Toronto and making everybody like forgive him. Like we forgive him. Like who's your GOAT? Let's go through the wild card teams.
Okay.
Tell me who the GOAT is for those teams.
Oh boy. Okay. So,
And it's just your GOAT. So there's no chance you get it all right, but you can't be wrong because it's your GOAT.
okay, we'll start in the American League. The GOAT for me that I've witnessed in Detroit, I'm between Peak Verlander and Miggy, just in my lifetime.
Okay.
Between those two.
Okay.
For Cleveland,
Okay.
that's a little tougher. People forget how good Francisco Lindor was for them for a while.
Joey Bell.
I mean, it's got to be
Joey Bell.
Probably got to be. I mean, Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton is in the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe some Robbie Alomar. Maybe, but he bounced around. He could be on several teams' lists in the playoffs.
Right.
Right. Baby Eck, because Eck as a starter was a multi-time All-Star.
Yeah. Yankees, I got to go with the Babe, and then Red Sox. Give me the Splendid Splendor.
Babe over Jeter.
Yes.
I know that you.
Yes.
I knew that was a layup. Babe over Mickey Mantle.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. It's cool. I mean, it's the Yankees.
Okay.
We
okay.
know.
Okay. Done.
And to me, it's relatively easy to go with Ted Williams for Boston.
The Splendid Splendor. Still.
Him or Pedro?
Still. No, it's the Splendor.
I know. I'm just saying Pedro's closer than people would admit.
But if you want to really agitate people, you could put Babe Ruth with the both sides and really agitate both franchises. Like to really upset both franchises. Just go Babe Ruth for Boston and New York and let them figure it out.
National League division then.
Cincinnati Reds.
Probably Johnny Bench.
I don't know that Bench was the best player on his team.
Him or Barry? Him or Larkin?
Remember, there's a time
Rose,
that he hit seventh in that lineup.
Yeah.
For a stretch.
Yeah.
Pete Rose, Joe Morgan.
Yeah, Joe.
Barry Larkin would like to enter the conversation.
Yeah.
Tom Seaver, Tom Terrific. His run
I don't
in
think of him as a
Cincinnati.
Red. I forget about that.
Right, like that era. I mean, you could count him in the Mets. You could count him like Seaver bounced around, so we understand.
Joey Votto is the Mike Trout of the Cincinnati Reds in a lot of ways.
Boy, that made my stomach hurt. That Joey Votto is in that conversation means I would be more inclined to put Chris Sabo, the spectacled Chris Sabo, in the Cincinnati conversation. Give me some Dave Concepcion, maybe the greatest defensive shortstop that we don't talk about in time. Give me Daddy Griffey Sr., and then make me talk about Ken Griffey Jr., because is he a Mariner or is he is his dad a Red?
He's a Mariner.
Okay.
He's a Mariner. I mean, the kid is a Mariner.
Okay. I understand.
Dodgers gets interesting.
Dodgers. There's only one. There's only one. There's only one.
Is there though?
There's only one.
I mean,
there's only one.
42.
Koufax. It's just that order. Those are the two that are in the
those are the two I went to.
Those are the conversations you can go through because they're playing the Padres. You shout out Steve Garvey because he was in both camps. Padres.
I mean, Shohei's approaching that territory already.
Boy, them's fighting words.
He's approaching Mount Rushmore territory for the Dodgers.
Well,
he set the Dodgers home run record in back-to-back years.
That's so
on top of what he's meant, to two-way players in an entire country, Japan.
Oh, they're good. But
he's not there yet, but he's approaching.
But then we have to go back to the Babe Ruth conversation, because Babe being a starting pitcher for the Red Sox and being worthy of the Yankees trading the farm to get him.
But Shohei's best years, just like Babe Ruth's best years, have been on his second team.
His first run was good.
It was.
It was good.
It was. It's true.
Oh, he was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. I don't. You could have said Oral Hershiser. You could have said Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, Kersh definitely. Close
you could have. But I'm not sure that Don Drysdale is not certainly in the conversation. And by the way, give me Nando. Give me Nando.
Right.
Have ABBA sing it. Give me Nando. Give me Valenzuela in the conversation.
Absolutely. Roy Campanella.
Campy is absolutely in the conversation.
There.
Campy's in the conversation.
Padres and Cubs. Let's start with the Padres. I mean, it's got to be Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn. And if not, I mean, Trevor Hoffman as a closer.
Trevor is the closer, but I'm old enough to remember Randy Johnson. I'm also baby Dave Winfield before he went on the victory tour.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzie Smith before the Cardinals. He was a Padre, and let's stop it. Gary Templeton multi.
Jake Peavy.
Peavy had a run, didn't he? He really had a run. Yeah, I think that's kind of the lane. And then any reason to shout out Bip Roberts, I'm all for. Any reason to shout out Bip Roberts, I'm all for.
How about it?
Yeah, right?
All right, Cubbies.
It's Mr. Cub. I know people want to go Sandberg. I know they want to go Fergie Jenkins. I know you want to go Ron Santo. I know you want to bring up the greatest arm in shortstop history in Shawan Dunston. I know that you want to talk about the Hawk, right? You want to talk about the Hawk. I know you want to talk about Dave Kingman hitting bombs all over the bleachers. I know you do. Let's shout out Leon Bull Durham just because of that. But the Cubs, it is Ernie Banks in full. He's Mr. Cubs baseball. Like,
yeah, I'm between Ernie and Rhino.
Yeah, I just think the 512 number is such an iconic number in the era in which it was done. It was there. Let's go to the advanced round, the bye people. The people in the bye. Let's start with Toronto.
Probably Gary Carter.
That's Montreal.
Oh, true.
That's Montreal.
Right.
Yeah, this one gets sticky. This is
Joe Carter, not Gary Carter.
Dave Stieb.
Yep.
Stieb in the conversation, Roberto Alomar and that team. Let's shout out Alfredo Griffin.
How about it?
Alfredo Griffin. Who was the third base? Kelly Huber?
Might have been. Oh, I'm thinking like Roy Halladay.
Doc falls in to that conversation.
Wasn't AJ Burnett with him up there?
They had a brief meeting.
I think so. But I mean, yeah, Doc Holliday was one of the dudes I grew up on.
If you're going to talk
Vernon Wells,
Toronto, let's talk about any first baseman that gets to wear his batting helmet defensively. Kelly Olerud, John Olerud falls in. We got to include him in the conversation. Yeah, I think any of those for Toronto works.
Okay, so then you go to Seattle.
Kid.
Ichiro.
Kid.
Randy.
Kid.
Unit.
Kid.
King Felix.
Kid. But Kid left, but Ichiro didn't start there. Neither did Randy, because Randy started with the Mets.
Ichiro at least made his MLB debut with the Mariners.
All of his pro career. Well, did he finish with the...
He might have gone back at the end, but of course he went to Miami and then to New York.
Yeah, no, he left. He left. So,
but I thought he came back.
What about Jay Buhner? Jay Buhner in the conversation.
He gets a shout out. Why not? Jay Buhner.
You know, come on, Baldy. Let's go hit bombs. Shake your head to hit bombs. That is a whole way to live a life right there. Think about Seattle. Edgar Martinez.
Edgar
Martinez.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in Felix Hernandez because I thought that Felix was going to be. I thought he was going to be the king, and live it out, but that didn't happen.
Now he tailed off pretty early, but his peak. I mean, that's a top 2 pitcher. But
that's some deep business. Let's go to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mike Schmidt.
Steve Carlton.
Yeah.
Carlton and Schmidt are in a different sort of conversation. The Rose Morgan era was a combination of things. Gary Maddox was in the conversation, maybe the best defensive outfielder we don't talk about enough.
Robin Roberts.
Larry Boa at shortstop doing his thing again. He held the whole thing together, but when he and Michael Jack Schmidt were on the same side of the field, the Phillies were pretty dominant. But Carlton, they had Roden for a bit. They had Charlie Hudson for a bit. They had, shout out to my homie, Kenny Howe, who closed for them for the bit. Steve Bedrock closed for them. Bedrosian closed for them. Who they had another closer. Who did Philly have they had another closer? Text line. The Phillies had another closer, but he wouldn't be the GOAT because we don't know his name.
Know his name, right? I mean, in the modern era, you're thinking of like your Cole Hamels, your Jimmy Rollins, maybe Utley is their version of Jeter.
Well, no, you had a first baseman that was the best player in the league that we didn't talk about.
Howard was good.
Howard was a force. Man.
He was
a force. I mean, think of that lineup. That lineup was a problem.
Cliff Lee in that rotation for a while.
That lineup was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
I land on Schmidt. It's close between him and Carlton.
Lefty was a dog. Though.
He was.
Lefty was a dog.
He was.
The Milwaukee Brewers, and this is where today's era comes into play, because the Milwaukee Brewers are the Milwaukee Braves in my mind.
Sure.
I have not but the Milwaukee Braves get both Atlanta and Milwaukee.
Right.
So then you have to think the best Brewers era and the best player on that era.
Cubbies tie it up. Solo shot from Seiya Suzuki in the bottom of the fifth. 1-1.
There we go. Anytime you can say that.
Say yes.
Man. So Cecil Coop was a machine hitting from the left side.
Mm-hmm.
But Robin Yount, if Yount never leaves, he's the guy. Molitor, if he never leaves, he's the guy.
CeCe has the most legendary run, but he was only there for the end of that season.
Who's the best Milwaukee Brewers pitcher ever? Mitch Williams is who I was thinking about for the Phillies.
Okay.
Another wild thing before wild thing. Who was the best pitcher in Milwaukee history?
Josh Hader?
Yeah, but he was so not likable.
Right. I'm just saying in terms of pure dominance, Hader had his run.
But they had starters for a long. I mean, Pete Vukovich, for crying out loud.
Zach Greinke?
No. Right. Greinke could be on several of these lists.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be who's their best pitcher? Go through. Pull that up. What is the Google machine? Raleigh figures.
Raleigh was there.
Raleigh.
Okay.
Yeah, but Raleigh's an Oakland A. Like, let me be clear.
Clearly.
Raleigh is an Oakland A.
Okay.
Whatever he did in Milwaukee.
Top 10 wins above replacement for pitchers in Brewers history.
Hold on. Mississippi Mud Dog, we're gonna give you Stars tickets for this tweet, this text. Bernie Mac had 3,000 hits for the Brewers. Do you understand that tweet? Do you know that tweet?
I do not.
Bernie Mac in a movie. 3,000 hits.
That's funny.
Played for the Brewers, and the story is that they took one of the hits away. They went back in time and took one of the hits away because it should have been an error. So that he has to try to get back to the league to get his. That is such a great pull.
Before we go to break, then it's Brian Munson for Husker Football Recruiting Update. Your top 10 wins above replacement for pitchers in Brewers history.
Okay.
Number 1, Teddy Higuera.
Wow, Teddy Ball. Okay, yes.
30.3 WAR.
Yes.
Number 2, Ben Sheets. Number 3, Chris Boggio. Number 4, Brandon Woodruff. Number 5, Bill Wegman. Number 6, Mike Caldwell. Number 7, Moose Haas. Number 8, Jim Slayton. Number 9, Giovanni Gallardo. And number 10, Freddie Peralta.
Sheets is the guy.
Most games pitched, though, for the Brewers, Dan Plesac.
But I need starter, though. Give me the guy that got the juice.
Jim Slayton leads in wins.
Boy, I would have never got that.
117.
I never would have got that. Jim Slayton, I never would have got it. Never would have. That might be the only team that if I got 4 guesses, I would not get who the all-time winningest pitcher in Milwaukee Brewers history is. Boy, oh boy, that's a trivia question. We could have just burned 3 hours off. My goodness.
We could have. We got to go to break. Call it Brian Munson of Husker Online for a Husker Football Recruiting Update. Post-Michigan, heading into Michigan State. We'll be right back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No Foreman, just Foreman here on Old School. Appreciate DP sitting in and reminiscing on some names, some really fantastic polls there in that first segment. Got fantastic guests lined up for you here at 3:30 on a Tuesday, not a Monday. We're headed to our Aloe Fiber VIP line where we're joined by Brian Munson of Husker Online. Brian, as we usually do here, I'll give you a sec to shout out your 4-0 Buffalo Bills. They remain on top of the AFC. Looking every part of the Bills of years past. What have you liked about your Bills through their 4-0 start?
That they're battling injuries again and they're finding a way to be scrappy through it. I mean, it wasn't a clean game, and they still scored 31 points last weekend. There's way more offensive line penalties the last couple of weeks than I think anybody's really comfortable with. You know, Dawkins especially. He's had 3 penalties, at least I can think of at the top of my head, that just were uncharacteristic. So I'm actually headed to Buffalo on Friday. I will be up there for the Eastern Michigan U of B game on Saturday afternoon, which is in parallel to the Nebraska game, which sucks, but I will be there on Sunday night to watch them play the Patriots as well. So I'm saying goodbye to the rich in Orchard Park, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go back next year when the new stadium is open. This is my first chance to go up there and watch a game.
Nice. I love that for you. How much have you liked seeing the Patriots downfall over the course of the last couple of years? How satisfying has that been for you as a Bills fan?
It's been great. You know, the maybe the worst part about things right now is that I actually like Vrabel. I really like him. And now he's back in New England and he's the coach. I think they scored 41 last week, and I don't remember who the opponent was. They weren't not a good one. Yeah. I mean, obviously not a very good opponent. So I think that, he's always had something up his sleeve when he was at Tennessee, when he played against Buffalo. Not going to surprise me if he does it again on Sunday night, because he's clearly got the national audience to kind of do it in front of. They're kind of finding their stride. I think there's been an identity crisis for them for several years since Tom has left and Gronk has left, and and Bill has left the sidelines. They've been in identity crisis mode. So maybe they finally have some direction a little bit again with Vrabel over there. But I've been really enjoying their downfall quite a bit, and it's not been around injury. It's been around just kind of the end of the run, and Buffalo has a chance to kind of take over. I mean, I did not cheer Hill's injury last night for, the Miami Dolphin horrible injury. But, he's an AFC East guy. Never want to see that happen, but I didn't mind, Tom going to Tampa Bay and Gronk retiring and Bill hanging him up, and going to North Carolina. I didn't mind all of that stuff happening. That's for sure.
Bills on top of the AFC at 4-0. That's a 1-game better record than the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who sit at 3-1 after the loss to Michigan. Some good news over the bye week, though, Brian. Nebraska lands a commitment for 2027. 4-star receiver Jabari Watkins joins the fold. What do folks need to know about Jabari Watkins out of Georgia?
Yeah, he's an explosive guy. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, he's not taking a trip to Nebraska, announces his commitment, sight unseen. Doesn't really, I don't think, have many links to, the 2027 class necessarily. He's probably knows Raiola. Not really had a chance to talk to Dayton too much about him. He is a 4-star guy. I think he's got pretty good size. He's 6'2", 180. His stats were, they're so-so. They're explosive. He doesn't have like a bunch of catches, but he's got explosive numbers. And I think obviously it's still about, getting into parts of the country where I think you want to have a presence. And Nebraska's done a good job this year with Scott and Raiola and getting down there and getting some guys out. Like they're still trying to push into Georgia, pushing the guys and get them into Florida as well. So it's a good fit. The bad news is obviously, you wonder where things are really at with this commitment, because he announced it on Friday. It was out of the blue. And last night he's already announcing that he'll be in Tallahassee for a visit this weekend. So I just don't know, if this is kind of a case of holding the spot in the class. I mean, he just got back from Illinois, and I think people were kind of thinking he was going to end up with the Illini, and it didn't happen. And then all of a sudden, coming off that visit, he commits to Nebraska. So kind of an interesting scenario. Let's just put it that way.
One to monitor for sure. Let's stick on the wide receiver position for a little bit. Of course, Nebraska made a change in that room in terms of the leadership, from Garrett McGuire to DeKel Shorts. From just, the short time that you've seen DeKel Shorts recruit, what are the similarities and the differences between him and Garrett McGuire in the recruiting realm?
That's a really good question. I mean, Shorts has had to put some things together very quickly. And obviously, we talked about Bonwell Liddy a week ago, and, Nebraska kind of parted ways with him. And there were, I think the McGuire thing was definitely part of the scenario. The injury was part of the scenario. The offensive coordinator was part of the scenario. There were just a lot of factors at work there. But I mean, as Nebraska kind of stood back up their room, they were taking basically another look at what was kind of going on across the board, maybe even leveraging things that Shorts had done at Kentucky before he, got to Nebraska, and reoffering some guys. Because Nayland Scott, he got his offer from Nebraska in January. Larry Miles didn't pick up an offer from Nebraska, I think, until either May or June even. So, I mean, it's been growing and getting there. I think the 2027 group has basically been, all Shorts. He's had to kind of do it. He's made a couple of very late offers here recently, which I think, have been interesting. He offered Milan Paris, the Iowa State commitment, big kid, 6'4.5", 205. He just offered another guy today, and it's not ringing. I just got up talking to him over DMs, and I'm so sorry I'm forgetting his name. But another Josiah Teasley, and he's just been kind of taken off too. Like both these guys are kind of taken off. Like they've had really good seasons. Like people have just been kind of keeping an eye on them. They're both 6'4" guys. So I think he's looking for a little bit longer guy in the class, you know, to kind of maybe add some size to the room. And that's great. I think that's what you need to kind of do. I think Bill Callahan kind of had, you know, those moments too, where he was kind of saying, like, after he saw USC and the length they had at their wide receiver position, he was like, we don't have anybody that looks like that. We need a couple of those guys. So I think that's kind of what you have to get to. You kind of have to get into the room a little bit and figure out what you have and what you don't have. And it looks like he figures he doesn't have a guy that's got some length. So 2026 looks like they're trying to add a guy with some length. And I think in 27, you're going to find probably the same. You're going to find like more diversity, you know, less guys that look all the same, like kind of maybe more of a guy that's better in tight spaces and can make people hurt, like when they miss tackles on him, guys that are good like with 50-50 balls. So that, I mean, I think he's kind of listening to the room a little bit more than maybe what McGuire did before. And I think that's a big league way of kind of looking at stuff.
Is Shorts a guy that's going to want to go out and get, quote unquote, his guys out of high school and get them in with him and then develop them over a couple of years? Or is he a guy that's going to hit the transfer portal pretty hard? Is there a balance? What do you take away from his recruiting strategy and Nebraska's roster building in portal versus high school and the wide receiver room?
It's a good question. Obviously, he kind of walked into a kind of a sweet deal where he was able to reconnect like with a guy like Key, right? Yeah. And then you get a guy like Hunter that was kind of a nationally, you know, recruited portal guy as well. So I think he would probably not tell you that he wasn't going to be happy about having those two guys in his room. However, I always kind of feel like those portal guys are not necessarily stopgap, but they're definitely immediate holes for like your current roster. Maybe things that didn't kind of go as planned, like with other players on your roster, guys leave, guys get hurt, whatever. It seems anyway that he's done a pretty good job of organically kind of doing things before. But I think that obviously he's going to be a guy that's going to want to see the market and understand like what's out there and see if he can get better immediately through a quick fix kind of solution and figure out how it kind of works in his room. But so far, like, you know, he got a spot back with Bonwell Whitty, and he could have gone ahead and left it alone. And he could have just said, look, I'm going to give it back to the team for now. I'll see what happens like later on in the cycle to see if there's somebody else that comes up, or as soon as somebody comes up in the portal. And he found a couple guys that he wanted to offer already that are high school guys. So I think that tells me quite a bit that he seems to be able to find guys that he feels comfortable with, at least at the high school level. And I think he's definitely a guy that would want to keep his eyes on the portal as well.
We're talking with Brian Munson of Husker Online. He's our guest on our Allo Fiber VIP line. It was the bye week for Nebraska, Brian, and the coaches decided to use up a few of those days to count into their recruiting days. Where did Nebraska coaches go? Who was on Nebraska's coaches' radar that they used Thursday, Friday, and a little bit of Saturday to go see?
Well, I know Matt Rule was in Texas. He was out at Midland, and he was checking out Ahmad Hudson, the number one tight end in the 2027 class that you and I have talked about extensively. Like he's at the top of Nebraska's dream list for 2027. I think that they can see him being like a jumbo athlete, playing wide receiver, playing tight end. You know, he can do a little bit of everything, but they went down to watch him play in Midland, which was, I thought, very interesting that Rustin was going that far into Texas to play a game, but whatever. Like, I guess that's what they did. King Thibodeau, who's a defensive lineman at Garland Lakeview Centennial, which is just down the road actually from where I am. It's on the east side of Dallas. He was supposed to see Rule, I think, on Friday, but then Rule was obviously then in Chicago, and he was checking out Trey Taylor on Friday night, so he was up there. And I believe that there was another stop, and I don't know where it happened at, and I've been trying to get a hold of him ever since, but I believe that Rule was also in South Dakota to see Cooper Terwilliger, the other 2027 tight end up there. So he's been very quiet. He's not been to Lincoln, so far this fall. I look for that to possibly change here very quickly. I think that things are really ramping up in that area, that Nebraska, is getting more serious about him. I think that they see him as a prospect that they feel like they need to get in the 2027 class. So Terwilliger, Thibodeau, Taylor, they made a couple new offers actually in Chicago that night, and then obviously Mr. Hudson.
Pretty good list of guys to go after. And then let's flip it around. Brian, Nebraska brings Michigan State to town for a conference game, second game of Big Ten play. Seems like it should be another pretty big weekend for Nebraska. Who or what are you monitoring for Nebraska on the recruiting front coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear more names because it's been kind of a slow go. We're expecting anywhere between 15 and 20. We think it's going to be, about Akron sized, kind of a weekend. It's really kind of been slower to come together though so far than the other weekends have. So, so it's going to be interesting to kind of see, like we do know that, so Saturday, October 4th, that's this weekend. So you get you get Cooper. Actually, Cooper Terwilliger now is in the system. So Cooper's in the system, and Kyler Kuhn, the offensive lineman out of St. Pius X, out of Kansas City, he'll be there. You got Frederick Ards, who's the edge out of Orlando, Florida. He is coming in as well. You're going to get Gavin Stecker. There's a linebacker from Bettendorf, Iowa, to come in. So there's some good looking players coming in. I'm looking to see if we got anything in 2028. I can't remember if I added anybody to the 2028 group. Giovanni Tuggle. So actually Giovanni Tuggle, and he has at least one brother that's ended up going to Georgia to play. So he's got a long history of kind of football like in his blood. Casey Barner, who is a safety from Atlanta, Georgia, he's also going to be there. And
Barner's a pretty big one, right?
Yes, he is a 4-star out of Atlanta, Georgia, out of McEachern. He's Nayland Scott's teammate. And then Reese Wilmus is going to be there. Lawrence, Kansas, Lawrence Free State. I believe that's Corcoran's old high school. So he's a big offensive tackle. He will also be in town. So a good weekend coming together. I do expect maybe another 5 to 10 names possibly to kind of come up here in the next couple of days, but that's what we got right now.
Stay tuned for more. Go to huskeronline.com. Make sure you go to football recruiting. You'll find all sorts of stuff from Brian Munson. So I got a chance to catch up with plenty more recruits post Michigan. A lot of glowing reviews for Nebraska after that. Brian, appreciate you moving to Tuesday for us. Thanks a ton for your time. We'll talk to you again on Monday to recap it all.
Sounds good. See ya.
Brian joined us on our VIP line, brought to you by Aloe Fiber, which is where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Speaking of a local heart and exceptional service, not only is that Aloe, that is our friends at the Lincoln Children's Museum. If you're planning a trip to Memorial Stadium at any point this fall for a Husker game and you don't feel confident or comfortable bringing your young child ages 5 through 12 there, you can go to lincolnchildrensmuseum.org and register your child for a game day play date. All you do is you sign up, lincolnchildrensmuseum.org. You drop your son or your daughter, or sons and daughters, off at the Lincoln Children's Museum just down the block from us here downtown. You got 90 minutes before the game is when drop-off starts. You pick your child up 60 minutes after the game. Gives you time to hit a tailgate or two on your way over to the stadium. And you know that your child or children will be in fantastic hands. They have all sorts of great programming lined up based on football, around science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So it's educational. It's fun. It is a great space for you to drop your kids off while you attend the Husker game. Again, to register for game day play dates, go to lincolnchildrensmuseum.org. We'll be back, wrap up old school with a little bit of Kansas City Royals talk, some MLB playoffs updates, and more ahead of Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Austin Norman here. Join me and Jay Foreman for Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. We'll be out there for the show starting at 3. You're invited to join us from 4 to 6 p.m. this Friday for Cornhusker Bank's Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party, only at Cornhusker Bank on 83rd and O.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Old School. Austin Norman with you for just a brief moment. Got your chance to win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings right now. Going to ask you a question. Texter number 2 with the right answer will win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. 2 is the number because Bobby Witt Jr. has now led Major League Baseball in hits the last 2 years. So, how many hits does Bobby Witt Jr. have across the last 2 seasons? How many hits does Bobby Witt Jr. have across the last 2 seasons? Let me know. 402-464-5685. Back-to-back hits champion. And in fact, the last 2 back-to-back hits champions have played for the Kansas City Royals. It was Bobby Witt Jr., obviously 2024 and 2025. And then Whit Merrifield, who retired earlier this year. He led baseball hits in back-to-back years in 2018 and 2019. Speaking of back-to-back, the Cubbies go back-to-back in the 5th to take a 2-1 lead over the Padres. It was Seiya Suzuki, a blast to left center first, and then Carson Kelly, the catcher, followed up with one of his own to left center. It is a 2-1 game in favor of the Cubs as they head to the bottom of the 7th in the friendly confines in Wrigley Field in Chicago. Plenty more that we'll get to with Jay Foreman tomorrow in the world of baseball. Obviously, plenty of football breaking down Nebraska and Michigan State. A big thank you to Brian Munson of Husker Online for his look inside Nebraska football recruiting. Lots going on for the Huskers, lots of moving pieces throughout the bye week. Husker coaches were all across the country, as you heard Brian say. Really appreciate him and his insight as always. Let's see here. We got one correct answer, and we're out of time. So you know what? Triple H's dad, you will be the winner. 395 hits for one Bobby Witt Jr. over the last 2 years. Led baseball with 211 in 2024 and 184 this last year. So I have to give my Royal season in review and season recap, what have you. But we'll find time to do that before the week is through. That'll do it for me here on the air today for Old School. Big thanks to the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese for their sponsorship of the show. They got 3 Lincoln locations and 1 up in Omaha for you to check out. Make sure you get down to the Mercado on your way home from work. I'm out of here. We got Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars next on The Ticket.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference?